Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WCS Challenger North America as we begin things with Open Cup #1 to find out 4 more players that are going to be moving on to the playoffs in just a few days' time. My name is James Kylaris Carroll. Alongside to the left, we have Johan Todd Merlo, and we are here at 2 AM bringing you these awesome StarCraft games. Whew,
you're pretty hyped.
That's all my energy.
You're like a magician. You're like, here. Like.
That's all my energy, though. It's gone now. I'm going to crash hard. It's going to be great. Todd, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Excited to see these games on the new patch that just came out with some very interesting changes. In particular, I mean, I'm the Protoss player, right? Like, I'm looking forward to seeing if we see some Tempest a little bit more because they've got more damage against Massive now. Charge is now cheaper.
Oh.
100 and 100.
What did it use
The
to be?
Roddy era begins now. It was 200 before.
Okay.
So that's quite a bit of difference, actually. Like when you want to start early game before, it felt almost impossible. That 100 gas makes a world of difference. Roaches, burrowed roaches, are supposed to be more easily spotted now when on the ground. I'm going on a tangent, aren't I?
No.
Maybe I should save that for later.
I'll tell you something. Keep going because I can't remember them all. I read through them briefly and I was like,
The taste was his voice back. The biggest change from this patch. The biggest balance change from this patch.
That's true. Everyone's GGs are going to be more oomph behind them. It's going to be great.
It's absolutely going to redefine StarCraft as we know it. Void Race now are going to be slower as well, while Prismatic Alignment will be activated. The Raven change also that we talked about before, where the damage has been reduced, but the duration has been increased. Same thing for Infestors, you know. Burrow movement visual effects will now be more visible, even if you don't have detection nearby, which I really wonder what it looks like. You can't really try that yourself, right? I could have hosted a game and then done it, but...
We could have done it on 2 PCs.
You got there too late, so...
Fair play. Is there anything else other than that? I don't think so, right?
There's Terran changes, but you know what? Like
Terran, who cares? I
mean, the Thor change, the armor was increased from 1 to 2, actually. So it now takes 99 Banelings to kill a Thor.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And morph time reduced from 2.5 to 1.79. But I'd much rather if Avilo's tournament patch thing came through.
There were definitely some interesting
You were very excited about this one, you were telling me about earlier.
Yeah, there was some wild and great changes. That is for sure. We do have a single elimination bracket today. We had 65 players sign up, so we couldn't get the perfect 64-man bracket. So there will be one match going on in the round of 128. Other than that, though, I think what we'll be doing is starting in the round of 64, because obviously that one round of 128 is seed 65 versus 64, so it's not exactly the most fantastic match to start with compared to some of the others.
What do you know? Maybe it's a sick games.
No, it's not going to be.
Wow.
It might be. It might be. But of course, we will be trying to get into MCanning versus MCanning going up against Bioice.
Yeah.
2 players that we did actually watch in our previous Challenger.
Yeah, but a very important thing to note here going to this. Neeb didn't make it through the ladder. I don't know what he was doing, but I guess he wasn't playing ladder when he could have qualified through it very easily. Which, by the way, I was like, does Neeb just not play on NA at all? So I checked the NA ladder. He's rank 1 with over 7,000 MMR and 30 and 0. 30 and 0. So he has no losses there. Okay. So if he would have done that a little bit earlier, he would have already been qualified for Jönköping. Sorry for, I'm getting ahead of myself, for the games that will be played from Friday onwards, the playoffs here for this challenger. But in this case, maybe he likes to do things the hard way. I don't know. Like, it almost feels like he purposely didn't make it directly. We have very different players that made it this time through the ladder. So last time for Austin, it was Pili Pili, Puck, Massa, Semper, True, Scarlet, Jon Snow, and Game Time.
Game Time.
And this time we've got Pili Pili again back, Bales, Semper, Massa, Drunken Boy, No Regrets, Silky, and Game Time. So we don't have True. making it North Scarlet. And as a matter of fact, Scarlet, both Scarlet and Neeb are in this qualifier here.
That's very true. And so far, so good, I suppose. Scarlet does have her opponent, but Neeb, being seed 1, is waiting for his opponent from that one round of 128 game that is being played. And we're still waiting to get notification on if MCanning and Bioice is actually going to go ahead. It's getting it's a bit slow to start things off. But overall, some good player setup. And I like the fact already that a guy like Game Time is already into actually the next round, doing well for himself, rising up the ranks in the North American ladder. Yeah,
he's one of those guys that I think is getting a lot better, and that like has kind of flown under the radar. He hasn't gotten that much spotlight. I'm gonna look this up because I believe that in Austin he had a really good performance. Who was it that he beat? Harstem, or maybe he beat a Dutch player, I think. I don't remember. Yeah,
we didn't get to see him on the mainstream, I don't think, but we were hearing about the results coming in as time was going on. He definitely made it to the third group stage, I believe.
Yeah, where he lost.
Yeah.
But before that, did I mistake him for someone?
Maybe Caliber twice there. In the group stage 3, what were his results? He must have beaten someone. Or did he just go close against people?
No, yeah, he lost to...
Showtime 2-1. Took a map off Showtime. Not bad.
I think I mistake him for somebody.
No. There's somebody else in here that I'm sure...
Jon Snow beat Harstem. I guess that was like one of the upsets in Group 3. In the third group stage, I mean.
I know who you mean. There was someone that was making like upset results.
Yeah, there were a few.
It was.
They're always really hard to remember like this on the fly.
I mean, there's a lot of players.
Probably wasn't in Group Stage 1.
No. I'm going to try and get updates.
Oh, no, okay, that was Group Stage 1.
Wait, who did he beat?
He beat Uthermal.
Oh, yeah.
And then that eliminated MCanning in Group Stage 1, which is absolutely insane for, I mean, MCanning should never, ever get eliminated like this in the first round of, like, a WCS event, in my opinion, where when there's this many players.
Yeah, true.
So that was big here. I remember when I saw this group, this was one of the groups I was most excited about. I think most groups had like 2 clear favorites, but that was one in which I was like, all right, Uthermal and MCanning should make it, but Game Time is also pretty good. He's this Grandmaster Zerg player, and he took first place.
Yeah, it's really good.
I beat Uthermal, so...
Very impressive. I'm getting updated that we are almost ready to go into MCanning versus Bioice.
Yeah.
It seems like every time we do one of these open online cups, we always pick a match that has a little bit of delays to them. So it takes our time-filling skills and puts them to the test, Todd.
A good thing we got years of practice, right?
True. Good job we had that 3-hour fill at BlizzCon once. Not for StarCraft 2, but actually
Never forget.
People still bring that up to me a lot in Heroes.
Yeah?
A lot, yeah. They're like, well, yeah, you're having to fill time, but you didn't have to fill for as long as those guys. I'm like, well, yeah.
They like, bring me back just for this. We got a special guest. Move away, whoever you are. Leave Grubby and talk with James.
It's like, I'm on the host. I'm like, oh, well, it seems like we've got some delays. Bring them in.
By the way, I think we should perhaps touch on the... Oh, that's the Austin. Give me a second.
Lobby, good to go whenever you guys are.
I'm in it, right?
You are probably going to be made the host.
No.
Oh, well...
Are we doing this again?
That's very important if you're the host. It's very important. You guys
I'll tell them.
MCanning's the host. You weren't made the host. Obviously, being an NA Cup, we have different admins compared to our EU Cup. Because it would be absolutely ridiculous if someone in Europe were to need to stay up until about 2 AM. So...
we have a couple players already qualified, by the way, for Jönköping. We already had the European qualifiers concludes. Zergs completely took over. It was Laser, Namshar, Nershio, and Cyril that made it. The Chinese qualifier already took place. Some more Zergs for you.
Yeah.
Tunming and Aisunu made it in that one. Over in Southeast Asia, it was all about the Aussies, Ayagas and Seethers, so 2 Terrans.
Cool.
And we have yet to qualify a Protoss, but with Neeb in this one.
It's nice to see Seether getting through, like having a bit more of an international presence.
He actually took first place too.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And Ayagas bit probed for the deciding spot.
So Ayagas always number 2 forever.
I mean, better than not qualified. I mean, he beat Probe, right? The guy that won the previous one to go to Austin. So,
all right, let's get into it. Our first best of 3 of the day. A huge thank you already for joining us on the stream. A pleasure to bring these games to you. As we do have spawning up to the top left-hand corner will be MCanning in the blue. And down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have Bioice in the red. So some PvZ action to start things off.
Yeah, and I wonder, in a matchup where, well, to be honest, I would say mostly against Zerg and Protoss is where we're going to get a Tempest question answered eventually if we see one of those longer games, because the kinetic overload change is pretty big in my opinion. The Tempest, they used to do 44 damage versus Massive. Now they do 52, which is quite a bit more.
Yeah.
So in this case, if you have Tempest against Tempest, for example, in PvP, they will take 9 shots to kill another Tempest. So it's very hard to do like 2 volleys, right? You will need 5, which can be hard to reach. But against carriers, not only the Tempest build much faster than the carriers, they are cheaper and they take 8 shots to kill a carrier. So if you reach 4 Tempest and somebody has 4 carriers, which he should get after you because they are more expensive and take longer to build, you can 2 volleys these carriers. So as much as they do a lot of damage, there's going to be that very interesting situation, and kind of the same thing for Broodlords, actually. You can 5-shot Broodlords with Tempests, because they got 225 hit points. And I've seen Protosses recently, you know, struggle a lot against Broodlords, being really afraid to fights, prioritizing carriers a lot more than Tempests, not just in PvP, but in PvZ as well. So if we were to go into a late game here, I really wonder if, like, you know, these guys, I mean, the patch just came out, right?
Yeah.
But maybe they've read it, they theorized like I did, and maybe they actually go for these Tempests.
Well, that's a very good point. It could definitely make a difference if the games are to go for a later stage. It seems that MCanning, unfortunately for him, he actually missed the drone going up to the 3rd base, just by a whisker with this probe. So has to come back now, is already down. We'll have that first Zell on the way on the other side here for MCanning. Start his wall off, and Twilight Council in the wall, instantly spotted there.
Yeah, when I see something like that, I'm thinking Glaives immediately, but it still could be, you know, Robo behind this, and then the Dark Shrine opener we've seen in the past. Usually you want to try and conceal that a little bit more, I would say, by going for a Stalker, like walling off with an Adept, making sure you can chase away Overlords. And in this case, we don't have any Robo starting, so I think Glaives is going to be super likely, unless some of the SNA players, they get really crazy, and they do unconventional stuff. We just talked about the charge change, right? It's 100-100. So there might be some new builds in there that you can go into, where you drop down a lot of gateways and then you do a mass charge lots attack. But since most Zergs play with Link Bane anyway, I'm not sure how effective that would be. And in this case, we do have a Dark Shrine here starting after the Robo.
So some normal stuff coming out, or like some slightly more unconventional compared to like how common it used to be in the past, as Stalker will try and chase this away. But the pneumatized carapace from these Overlords has pretty much done the job it needed to, even spotting 3 gateways towards the back. So right now, Bioice knows exactly the plan. 4 Dark Templars warped in, and then from there on it'll be the Archon harass afterwards. Evo and Roach Warren going down on the other side for Bioice, with Leia started as well.
You know, Bioice is a player that's been around for a long time, was Grandmaster for a long time on North American server. He's from Canada. He's one of the few guys that made it to Red Bull Battlegrounds Detroit through the satellite tournament that I organized back then. He was one of those guys. He and Bells, you know, there are guys that are still around and had made it back then through that, and makes me happy to still see them around and being pretty good at the game. Yeah,
it's a name I've remembered for a long time now. Just never really had the true splash that he wanted to, I suppose. I guess that's because it's made of ice. But for now, of course, it's going to be that Warp Prism. Going to be setting up towards the top right-hand corner and looking to harass the 3rd. There is already a Spore Crawler there. His base is almost joined up with Creep as well.
Yeah, 4 DTs warped in here already. So the version where you go for 4 gateways here with this is that's very strong. I think he's going to do 4 and 4. This is what I was talking about. You know, some of these North American players, they just don't hold back. We've seen, I think he was Pug do this, maybe in Austin already, something like that.
Yeah.
Where he harassed with a lot of DTs on one side and then a lot on the other side, then morphed them into Archons, kept on harassing, and then later on just made a ton of army and ended up attacking and doing a lot.
I was super zoned out. I didn't realize that it was 2 Warp Prisms. So
yeah.
That is cool to see. And
it's very hard to expect as well. Like right now, Bioice is solely focused on that one Warp Prism. Maybe he doesn't see the other one coming. If he loses his spores, his spore on the third base, he could be in trouble because an Overseer takes a very long time to morph. So the Dark Templars, they're going to move in there on the third base.
This could be very, very dangerous. Especially
oh, they're chasing a drone!
Oh, no.
Oh, they're chasing a drone for the longest time. He leaves one on that.
Especially since now the Warp Prism is trying to threaten in the main base.
Here we go on the third base. Where are the Overseers? He's going to start morphing one right now, but if MCanning targets that hatchery, he might be able to get it. I don't know if there's going to be transfuses on time. He's going to try to split units between the main and third base.
He's going to lose a lot of drones here at the third base as well as the Dark Templars go to town on them.
He got the Overseer, but he has no units.
Oh, dear me. Yeah, they're all focused in the main base. 8 Dark Templars worth of investment, but right now they're getting quite a lot of work done.
Yeah, finally a Dark Templar died in the main, but MCanning has done so much damage.
Yeah.
He lost 1 Dark Templar. 2 now. To kill 13 drones, 12 links, 2 queens, 1 spore.
And these can keep threatening.
And he got the hatchery on the 4th base.
Yeah.
So that's the 4th base being denied. And in the meantime, he's taking his own 3rd base. Big gateway explosion.
Oh, Dark Templars just... Oh, one got sacrificed there, unfortunately.
Another thing about North American Protosses, they love disruptors. Like more than anybody else.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If you watch European Protosses against Zerg, they don't use disruptors that much, I feel, in comparison. But then you watch guys like Puck, Bales, MCanning. These guys just love their disruptors. In PvP, like I've been watching some of these guys stream.
Yeah.
You were gonna get a lot of bub with these disruptors wars.
Well, that's exactly what we want. We want a lot of bop. It's very fun to watch.
Bioice is gonna do a drop at the top. I like this. He's been under a lot of pressure. And he has pneumatized Carapace already, so there is a chance he does a good bit of damage here with this if he actually remembered that he morphed an Overlord there.
Well, Dark Templar still trying to threaten on certain locations here, but always going to get pulled back. And where is the second Warp Prism? It's hard to keep track of this. Oh, it's still at the Watchtower, okay, so... Not really setting up this drop just yet, though, is Bioice, being quite slow about it. As the third base is up and running, nicely done here by MCanning. And there's the disruptors on the way, Todd.
Don't worry, for the longest time, in my head, it was MCanning. I talked about this before on the broadcast.
The last NA Challenger we did. All right, Infestation Pit as well as Baneley Nest here for Bioice.
MCanning is actually pulling probes in the main. Oh, he's gonna die.
Is it just not?
He dropped the links and like MCanning is like laughing right now. He's like, "Are you serious?
Oh well.
How dare you?
Get out!" Tries to blink to get it. All right, still need to keep track of the Warp Prisms. Still one in the main, one all the way at the back now, so it can start morphing in some Archons if it needs to. There we go.
I mean, this army is going to be so scary. With Disruptors as well, he can't even really worry about Ravagers.
Yeah.
And even if there were Lurkers, like this army would do fine against it. Massling Bane, though, can still be pretty scary against that many Stalkers, even though there's Archons involved. But in this case, there's no Bane yet. Like, you don't have a single Baneling right now. Bioice, and I don't think he's seeing this coming.
No, I don't think so. I think it's been a little bit difficult for him. Going to have that Warp Prism down towards the bottom as well, harassing while this army is positioning itself.
Yeah,
so the 2 Warp Prisms is super cool.
And in the meantime, he's going to drop 4 Adepts in the main here. Will MCanning probably transfer them towards the natural while warping in some more in the main if he pays attention to his Warp Prism, but he's looking at his army right now.
Yeah, it's been surrounded by the Zerglings, but they're now cleaned up. The Adept's going to go to work on this Spine Crawler as well. So the army's trying to be pushed back here, but the Archons are soaking up some damage at the front. Time Warp's been used, trying to slow down a little bit of the army as well. Some Force Fields coming in. He knows that those Banelings, if they catch up, could do a bit of damage, but that Dark Templar is going unhindered.
I love how there's like a rogue DT somewhere in there, somehow, and there's no Overseers nearby.
And the Zerglings down towards the bottom are trying to clean up these Adepts. They will put them in the Warp Prism.
He's out of force fields here, he's MCanning, so it's very hard to retreat as well with Disruptor, so he should be careful here. If you overcome it and lose everything. Oh!
Ooh, not too bad a split there for Bioice.
Baneley's coming in from behind onto this army here.
All hitting into one Disruptor, not really doing too much damage to it.
It wasn't that many. MCanning actually has a lot of Disruptors back at home.
Yeah.
That he's not bringing.
Oh, are they all in the wall? Oh yeah, 3 of them at the moment.
They can go through.
Big flood,
I think it's
recall.
just a misrally.
Yeah, recall get put up.
And he's going to start double Stargate behind this. It almost feels unnecessary, but he might be worried about some sort of Broodlord tech because MCanning saw that there was a hive on the main and that it finished. But I mean, if he knew that there was no Spire, he might just have made more units and try and finish it.
Yeah, he's actually been playing at a very interesting style because he's actually not had an observer this entire time. Most of his scouting has been via that harass. So just keeping an eye on things via that. I like it. Lings, a lot of Lings going down towards that 4th base now.
I want to see some Tempest 5-shotting Broodlords.
Yeah. Those Lings are actually going to kill that. They don't have a Dream Glance, but they don't really need it. The +2 weapons is enough to be able to force that cancel. Nice by Bioice.
Because of MCanning being so aggressive and all the action that happened throughout the game, by the way, there is barely any quick spread for Bioice.
Really good hold position on these probes to make sure that the Lings can't even get to the cannon.
He's got Lings everywhere. In the main,
yeah.
That cannon actually is going to die in the main base.
Dies in the
and
main.
He gets the 3rd Nexus, the 4th Nexus, sorry, once again here, Bioice.
Very nicely done with the Lings, but at the same time now his army is quite significantly lower in supply than we're seeing here from Protoss. So he can march across to the other side of the map and really threaten Zerg now, because a lot of the Zerg's eggs are in the Greatest Spire basket.
MCanning's playing really well, but I think he forgot to upgrade here. He's oh no, I guess he made Plasma Shields level 1 after +1 attacks, which is a little bit unconventional, but will help his Archons be a little bit tankier. Surprised he hasn't started any more upgrades though, because Bioice, he's got +3 melee on the way. He's going to be losing that base pretty much straight away here. It's morphing in Banelings to try and fight this. Corruptors on the way as well. That's very eager, because they're going to have no use before they are turned into Broodlords, and I don't know if he has time here for this.
Yeah, it's got a lot of gas, but not a lot of minerals, so...
Oh my god.
Oh, that Disruptor Shot was able to do so much damage. Bioice here under a little bit of threat, to say the least. And now all the Lings got cleaned up at that 4th base, so now we can kind of expand.
Yeah, after these Disruptors are done putting in work here, there's not going to be any units left to ice.
Indeed, man. It's going to be scary. And the Disruptor Shot's still kind of holding the army back. The Lings on the backside, they want to go in. They tried to get on the Disruptors, but the Lings were blinked onto by the Stalkers. Very difficult for them to even get some good position here, some good grounding. That's going to be some Vials landing on a few of these units, but not really doing too much at all. MCanning looking to destroy the Zerg side of the map.
It's just so hard for Bioice. He feels like he's stuck in a Stone Age with low-tier units trying to fight the much more evolved Archons and Disruptors here. And look how many shots there are. Those keep reloading as well. MCanning has a really good rhythm at sending those Disruptor shots forward. Purification Nova is going to land big time. And the Broodlord's not even going to enter the field here, I think, in this game.
Yeah, there's the 5 on the right-hand side, but all he has to do is blink and they will die. There we go. Focus fires them down as well. Some corrosive files going to land from the skies to try and shut the Stalkers down. But as long as the Broodlords have nowhere to go, no supporting units as well, they will die to the Stalkers, regardless of how efficient a trade it is for MCanning. Yeah. It's efficient enough to win him the game.
A lesser-mannered player would have recalled there.
There will be 2 Ravagers just caught in the middle of all of this. Poor little Bioice, and there we go. GG, MCanning takes game number 1. A bit more patiently than I was expecting, considering he got on over the map with 3 of the Disruptors in his army.
Here's the thing, like I said, like his army was still very vulnerable against a ton of Lings and Banes.
Yeah.
But I think Bioice opened a big window that MCanning could attack and finish him by sacrificing so many Lings and didn't do enough damage with them. Like sniping a Nexus is nice, sure, but unless you're going to kill a ton of probes and then force the opponent to attack you when he doesn't have enough, he doesn't really do that much. So he threw away a lot of Lings. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I didn't actually talk about the supply enough here, I think, in this game. There was a point where MCanning was on 170 against like 145 or something. Yeah. And that's when he knew that he could go for the attack after having killed that many Zerglings and just killed him.
Nice position there for MCanning as game number 1 in the bag. We're going to be going to Odyssey for game number 2. And for Bioice, it feels like, especially when we watch the European region, there's not much go-to to Roaches anymore in this matchup, compared to, say, for example, what we saw here from Bioice against MCanning.
I think most Zergs don't want to go into Roaches. They only do it if they feel they have to. And yeah, if they think that they're going to be attacked by more than they can handle, and in particular with the Ling and Banes, then maybe they'll get some Roaches. But yeah, it was a very specific game here, and MCanning played aggressive enough that he probably forced that out of Bioice.
Yeah, I suppose you kind of need it if there's going to be, especially 2 Warp Prisms worth of harassment on either side.
It's the best against this Dark Shrine and Dark Templar opener, right? Because you get 10 roaches and then you can one volley all these guys and defend quite easily, especially against the Archons as well, not just the DTs, right?
All right, well, let's get into it. Game number 2, spawn down to the bottom right-hand corner. That's the wrong score. Oh my god, I've pressed it wrong. There we go. There we go. Down the bottom right-hand corner, it will be MCanning in the blue. And up to the top left-hand corner, we have Bioice in the red. Let's bring it back, mate. Let's go to a game 3.
Mate.
Mate.
We're on a mate basis.
We're always on a mate basis, mate. Everyone's your mate in England.
Don't call me mate.
And then they
bro.
say, exactly. And then they say, you what, Gov?
Don't call me bro, pal. They never answer.
What are you chatting, mate? That's how it is in England. Crazy people.
Bud.
All right, this probe this time, we'll get over to that natural, have a look around, and at least at this timing he can potentially see any drone that does come out for the 3rd base. So could potentially delay that slightly if it's to happen. We were down pretty quick in the previous game. Next is on the way for MCanning.
MCanning's a pretty cool name, actually.
MCanning. If you could rename yourself from the very beginning of your career, other than Todd...
You mean my nickname?
Yeah. Not your actual name. If you could rename yourself...
I said that before in a cast.
Yeah?
Superiortosis.
Superiortosis?
No, I don't know.
Like, even without knowing him, you just come in. You're like, yeah, this is the name I chose.
I'm pretty happy with Todd, considering all the garbage that I've used before ending up with this one. Everybody has like some terrible nicknames.
What names did you use before?
Oh, my name's Johan, and it starts with Y-O. So obviously, I had the Yo-Yo once.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
I had a couple really bad ones. You know what? I don't even care. I'm going to say one of the worst ones that I've ever had.
Okay.
So once upon a time, I was really young. And back then, I played a little bit of Zerg on Brood War. And I thought I wanted a nickname with Lisk.
Lisk.
So my nickname was Mega Lisk with an at as a A. Mega Lisk.
Oh.
Like, those that know that about me, every time they see me, will call me Mega Lisk.
Yeah.
I got a couple of friends that will never let this go. You know what? I don't care.
No.
I own it. I know it was a terrible nickname.
Commendable. Very commendable. A lot of my old names were just trying to be as edgy as possible. So, like, in one game, I called myself Shadow X and things like that. Yeah, I was a bad person. For a long time, because my nickname in England to my friends from school and high school is Kaz, from Carol. So my nickname is Kaz, and they still call me Kaz even to this day.
What, from what?
Just from the word Carol, my second name.
How do you
Carol.
get to Kaz from Carol?
I don't know. C-A, Kaz, Carol, 2 R's, 2 Z's at the end. I don't know. It was just nice. Anyway, the point is that my first ever handle was on, I can't remember what game it was on, but my first ever nickname was Kaz Mission, like a submission, but Kaz Mission. It was so bad.
Why? What's the mission? You did jiu-jitsu when you were young, or what?
No, I was watching WWE, and I still do.
Oh.
And Taz had a submission called the Taz Mission. So I was like, I could be Kaz Mission. That would be well cool. It was the worst. There you go.
Suplex Laris.
Suplex Laris. So good.
It's pretty sick that you like WWE. Like, I didn't know it was popular in UK.
Yeah, for a long time. It was actually one of the biggest territories for WWE. Back when it was called WWF until the Pandas had their way with it. Please, no, not the Pandas.
Not the drones either. Okay, he's running away from that Oracle. Spore was a little bit late, but MCanning with some hesitation is going to go into the natural. Is he going to sack that? No. Chooses to get out. Should be able to get that one last run on the 3rd base. Gets a lava as well.
Nice.
I'll take that. And behind that's some big warpins here of Adepts out of those 3 gateways. No Twilight Council just yet.
Bailing this much earlier than before, so...
Yeah, he knows like there are a lot of gates, like thanks to Pneumatized Carapace, Bioice is scouting everything, and a Phoenix here instead of a Void Ray. Man, I wanted to see the Prismatic Alignment Void Ray being outrun.
Yeah.
Losing a race to an Overlord.
Like, no, come back! And these Adepts are going to rendezvous with the Oracles down towards the Watchtower, see if they can put some pressure on towards that 3rd base. And Robo Facility on the way behind it. That's a few Banelings morphing in on the high ground. He's split these Adepts as he gets vision of them. And they will split. Very good split against those Banelings, actually. Just leaving a few of the Adepts behind there to soak the initial burst.
Oh, he's going to get the Queen with the Oracles, and he can pull them back here as well behind this. MCanning will let the transfer finish onto the natural base, but there's enough there. Get rid of these guys. Targets on a couple of drones here. It does get 4 in total, so not bad at all. MCanning with the Walker lead, the third base on the way, goes into Twilight plus Forge behind this, and big gateway explosion as well. Managed
to keep his Oracles alive. One of them was on 1 health, quite literally. So the Robo's going to finish up.
Literally.
Literally on 1 health. Oh. And as those Zerglings now move across, at least the Phoenix is getting a bit of value. Finds an Overlord up to the top. That's
finally. That guy went like a 6 surge.
Yeah. For an overcharge gets forced for a Ling.
Oracles in the main base, getting some more drones. One of those is going to fall, the other one's very low on hit points.
Alright, so charge is being researched, Todd. It's cheaper than before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was going to go for it and would have been able to afford it anyway, but it's good. It's going to save him a little bit. Actually, where I wonder the most about charge is against Terran. Are we going to see more Protosses opening up with it? And also, because it saves you gas, but well, minerals, and in particular gas, do we maybe see some more earlier double Forge opener? Because these have really fell out of fashion. Nowadays, you only see them very, very late.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you can't afford everything else that goes with it.
Oh, Phoenix, no, come back! Oh, well.
That guy is like Tom Hanks in Da Vinci Code. He has like to solve like 1,000,000 riddles before he can finally like become useful and find some overlords.
Yeah, it's just useless. And this is actually going to do a lot of damage. There's 2 Lings in here as well. Oh my god.
Merry Christmas!
Oh, 10 workers go down. The Lings could even finish off a few more if they do it. Oh, get him!
It's the sickest meta as well. Well, last game he did this with Lings.
Yeah.
And now MCanning looked at it, he was like, oh, Lings again? Come on, I'm not even going to move.
So that was very well done there by Bioice. Storm's on the way, being researched. That was notified by that a little bit of harassment. Everyone getting their scattered through harass.
Question, look at the third base of MCanning. If Banelings roll in there and get frozen, where do the probes go before the Banelings are finally liberated?
That's a good point. Just head on down, I suppose. Run away. That is a bit
just like go and swim in the water, like they go on the water and hide.
Yeah, it's time for a beach holiday. All right, sending some hallucinating.
They go snorkeling, man.
Go snorkeling? They don't even need to snorkel. They just kind of go in the water and go.
Spire, yeah, on the way with Hive 2. Bioice doing pretty well this game in terms of army. It looks much scarier, I think, than last game in comparison. But he's going to have to face Storm, which can be very scary. I would say scarier than Disruptor and Blinkstalkers, even though MCanning did very well with those last game.
Bit of a shame that he revelated the third base compared to the natural. If he'd have got in there, maybe done that, he might have reached the Spire. Look at these Immortals, man. Super cool.
Yeah, but MCanning saw the Hive on the way anyway in the main, so
True.
you should know. And that's why he's moving out. Like you don't want to let the Zerg reach that too easily. That wall is not closed off, by the way, for MCanning.
This is going to be up to the High Templars. Oh, but they're at the front of this army. Whoa, it morphs them into Archons, knowing that there could be some trouble got afoot.
Oh, I didn't even realize the trap was gone on the third base.
Is it? Oh. Well, something must have happened.
Maybe a Ling. Couple Zealots here on the third base of Bioice will get crushed.
Those die off. Killed off something
and
else was a third.
Oh no, Stargates, second Stargates, and Fleet Beacon now going down for MCanning. So you might think that Bioice already bought time. If he moved out again, Bioice could buy time once again. So he's like, you know what? I'm just going to accept that you might be able to reach Warlords, but then I'm going to be going for Tempest, who, remember, 5-shot these Warlords.
How well do you think that these Storms are going to be able to buy time here for MCanning? Is he in a position where he can just be safe against the swelling Zerg army? Yeah,
especially if he sees this coming, I think he should be able to land the Storms. Like, he has an Oracle in the middle of the map, so just tag this entire army. Look at it. Boom!
It's tagged. Zergling Swords of the 4th. Get themselves a probe. Where's the Mothership core? That's what we need. It's heading up there, as well as the rest of the army. So
this is bad, actually. Getting that cancelled, that should never happen.
Well,
Bioice is doing really well of using the mobility here of his army with some Lings at the top, getting a cancel onto that gold base. Bioice really shouldn't attack against this. Like, there is enough High Templars that they would storm all of it. And oh, the Oracle, no! Rip.
It feels like he's so far ahead in the tech right now that once these Broodlords come out, he could just walk across the other side of the map. I mean, the Stargates haven't even started producing anything.
I mean, he has time, right? Like,
yeah.
It's triple Stargate as well, so...
5 Broodlords morphing in, though. Where are they? I think he could have even
big
flown
Zealot
those.
attack here on the left-hand side. And Bioice does not see this coming, so he's going to have to react very quickly.
Spine Crawlers go down, but that's going to be way too late as the army starts moving back here. Quite a lot of lings, but they've got walled up against that position, so it's not the greatest spot for them in terms of trades, but clean up nicely. And one lone immortal. Where are you? Ta-da!
That's you, okay, nice.
That's me.
Okay, he's going to step in the water.
No, I'm a tactical sniper that fights from afar. I've told you already.
In what game? In World of Warcraft, do you play like the damage dealer that stays far behind?
No, currently I play a demon hunter, so I'm melee.
Okay, well that's not exactly a technical sniper.
No, it's not, is it? I don't know. I play many games.
Did you ever play like support, like healer and stuff?
A few times, yeah. On all accounts, though. Not really my main ever. I was always damage on main.
Obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm good, man.
That one immortal. I can't believe it.
He was like, oh, it's over there. I knew. I'll put it with the Zealots.
To be honest, like he's facing Masling Bane, like immortals, and not that useful, or not as useful.
Not unless they've got a lot of Archon support, I suppose.
It's actually Kyers on the way here for MCanning, who I think might have forgot to turn off the skins.
I mean, yeah, since almost every single one of his units has a skin. But we do get to see the new carrier skin, because that's what he's making. Let's go, carriers. Wait, let's zoom in. Ooh.
It looks like 10 times scarier than before.
It does, doesn't it? It looks ominous.
It looks like a bad guy ship.
It does look like a bad guy ship. You're right.
The Poros are the good guys.
Of course, yeah. Stopping the Zerg. The Zerg are definitely the bad guys. Let's be honest. Yeah. What are Terrans?
I like. I don't know. I like the new skin, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Like, because I feel like I don't want to learn all of a sudden that I'm a bad guy. It reminds me of one of the ships in Star Trek. Maybe the first movie that they made, like in the recent one.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. I actually like those movies. I especially like the one with Benedict Cumberbatch in it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like him. He's got beautiful jawbones.
He's not condescending enough in that one.
No? What is he? He's Khan, isn't he? I like him in it. I like him as Khan.
Storms are ready, but it's too early to engage against this. By the way, that's a truckload of Broodlords. Oh my god.
A lot of Broodlords. Holy moly. Alright then. Well,
there's attacks everywhere. Zealots into that 5th base of Bioice at the top.
It's a good job. I'm doing a great job of catching them all.
Oh, the mothership core is gonna die.
Oh no.
He should cancel that base, by the way.
He had full energy as well. Ugh. High Templars. How does he... Wait, how many carriers does he have? Only 4? I feel like his army's
3 more
just
about to come
trashed.
out. Here's the thing, like I kept talking about this, like Tempest, they're supposed to be pretty good against this. Like sure, there's going to be Corruptors to worry about, but you can have Storms nearby ready to be used. Bioice is getting a little bit over eager. He's going to fly right in there.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Even the Interceptors are different as well. I've just seen them on the production tab. They look like little TIE fighters. I can't wait. All right, well, there's a big attack.
He's going to lose everything at once. Like, it's going to be the most underwhelming fight.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. He's alone.
How many Broodlords does he have? He has 14.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh my god.
And he's making the most of them as well.
This died up here. Where are the carriers? I want to see the Interceptors.
Going straight for the jugular here is Bioice. Finally, MCanning will choose to try and do something about it after losing yet another Nexus. Storms on top of the Broodlords there.
Not a bad storm, but actually a lot of the High Templars couldn't even get in range of those Broodlords to throw down the storm, so they couldn't even follow up on the extra damage coming out, and now the carriers are trying to go to work on the Corruptors. If they can kill the Corruptors, they can kill the Broodlords, but he's taken so much damage anyway already. Wait, when they die, the little red explosion, they're definitely bad guy carriers. Come on, kill it. Oh wait, no, there's no more Corruptors. There's no more Corruptors.
There's new ones that are gonna fly in a sec.
Yep.
These guys are gonna start to clean up the Broodlords. Let's see if Bioice can get enough Corruptors to clean this up. In the meantime, he took a lot of drone damage. That gold base got wiped out by a couple Zealots. And Bioice is actually down to 30 drones.
He just needs to make Corruptors.
That's his last Nexus on the base that's got minerals, by the way, here for MCanning, who doesn't have the minerals right now to start another one.
He's got 2 more back carriers on the way, so a 6 carrier hit squad.
And he warps in.
Oh, he warps in High Templars. 6 carriers and a few High Templars are going to have to be his key to victory here.
Man, these interceptors are sick. The Nexus survives.
Are they? Oh my god, it did survive. The interceptors look so cool. They are like mini TIE fighters. It's great. I'm such a nerd. But anyway, we have 2 more carriers about to pop on out.
Only +1 air weapons here for MCanning. No upgrades for the air for Bioice. It's so funny because they both went for the heavy late game tech, but they were like, you know what? No upgrade. Let's just go for it.
Yeah. The thing is now, is that with carriers, Archon and High Templar, Zergda really doesn't have much money to his name at all. I don't know how you kill this army now. He has 11 Corruptors. Is that really enough? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but Bioice, I think he should be mining more from his bases.
He definitely is. He's mining a bit. He's got that gold base still quite up and running. He just wants to expand again.
Gas-wise, that's where the big difference is right now. Bioice is almost mining 1,000 gas per minute, whereas MCanning is barely mining any at all. So the Corruptor count will keep on rising up. The fact that he doesn't have any Brewlords, though, is pretty bad, but I guess he does have Links and Ravagers on the ground. Another cancel here on that left, that expansion just below this by a couple Links.
He got himself the Nexus as well as the probes on that base, so he got 22 worker kills. So now there's nothing really for MCanning. He just has to kind of go.
Yeah, he doesn't have the minerals.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. If he moves out and Bioice base trades, he might be able to kill him earlier because it's...
Yeah, true. You take a probe with you
Adrenal
and you make
glands. 3-0 Zerglings we're talking about, and that's 3 attacks.
He's long distance mining to the Nexus in the main base.
That's going to take a while.
Yeah, it is. Oh. Wait, how many? 15 Corruptors. I don't think the Corruptors win. He's going to have the base trade.
Against Storm and Archons, he needs to clean either right now.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's a Prism!
Oh my god.
MCanning, by the way, forgot that one lone Phoenix. Which, by the way, should have died a long time ago. I can't believe he actually went into that fight and tried to attack a couple of Corruptors, and he actually healed them, if anything.
Yeah, of course. Doing 0 damage, as you say. And there's a few drones dying off here. Here come the Corruptors, though. They don't want to clump up. If they do, they're going to take a lot of damage. One of the carriers is already going to die off. Trying to transfuse some of these Corruptors as well. The 2 Archons still not dead on the ground here, as AoE damage is hitting these Corruptors, but they've killed off the majority of the carriers.
But you're not morphing Archons. There we go.
Oh, they're all dead.
The last of the carriers dies, but there's still a lot of Archons left over here. And Bioice doesn't have enough on the ground to clean this up. He's getting Links. He's going to go for the base trades with the Corruptors as well.
He only has 10 Lings and 3 Banelings on the ground.
He should have gone for the base trade right away, I think.
Maybe. Now the Corruptors going to have to kill buildings.
Oh, if MCanning mines a little bit more minerals, he could start a Mothership core for some overcharge here.
All right, Archons, what are you going to do? What's your option? They're going to go down towards that 3rd base. I think they want to just go on the bases that are most profitable. There goes the
He's going straight for the Nexus, so that's going to reveal MCanning as well. And Bioice is going to know that this is the last few buildings that he's got.
Drones evacuating. They don't have any money right now to start another hatchery.
So, I mean...
Unless you started one somewhere else.
I think MCanning is supposed to send a couple units back, a couple Archons, maybe 2, to clean up these links, and in the meantime, continue with the base trade here on this side of the map.
What a bizarre game.
Yeah, because these guys are going to take out his buildings really fast. And in the meantime, Bioice is going to try to long-distance mine here from that base on the right-hand side of his main base.
There's 1 High Templar gathering energy. Wait.
Where did the Corruptors go back?
There's a carrier in the bottom right-hand corner.
What? Oh my god.
Why is there a carrier here?
He's sightseeing.
What is going on?
That guy wanted some beach time, man. I told you that map is beautiful. Like, it's getting the full experience.
Oh my god, there's a carrier. Why is it there?
How did you even see that?
I looked at the units tab. I'm actually pointing vigorously at the screen right now for Todd.
I can't believe he's got a carrier there. He was trying to hide it when the Corruptors were there and totally forgot about it.
Oh my god. Wait, how many? There's 2 Corruptors left. That 1 carrier is his saving grace. Find the carrier. Press.
Oh, he found it.
He found it?
Oh, the savior.
Let's go. Oh, no. No, stop.
He can just kind of stay there, to be honest.
Yeah, he's
and
the
protect
defender.
The base.
He's the immortal guardian of this base. Zerglings beware, because here comes badass carrier.
Bioice, he's going to see this and say, like, are you kidding me right now? How do you have a carrier right there?
These Archons and High Templar, let's go. Wait, the Warp Prism's gone. So, oh, okay.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, there's nothing.
This is weird.
Those links will never be able to contest these Archons, I think.
No. Where's the carrier gone? Please say it's not on aggressive. Okay, no, it's defending.
Catch up a couple links. There is very few buildings left, actually, for MCanning.
There needs to be a lot of long-distance mine going on for the drones. They are long-distance mining up at the top right-hand corner. Just go and get the... Oh, he needs to run away from the broodlings. That's a good point.
That's the one game where you wish you had some sort of economy going before that. Because if Bioice had the minerals, he could have actually made a couple hatcheries, and then that would have been his game, I think. He could have just transferred all over.
Zealotine in the main.
Retaking these bases. I think he's trying to catch something with the links that he has on the map, which are there, like around the natural base right now, but MCanning's careful enough that he pays attention to his units and he's ready to storm with that one High Templar. And I mean, Archons against links, they do pretty well. This
long distance mining is enough for him to put a hatchery hidden somewhere if he can try it. There is an observer still patrolling about. I suppose it have to be really well hidden, and I don't think that he could actually get that done. Where's the Archons? There they are. All right.
I don't know how Bioice is supposed to win this. Like, he feels like he needed to morph Banelings, get perfect connections, clean up the Archons, and then even then he would still die to the one lone carrier. He's gonna pull drones!
Oh, he's going for it. This is so much AoE damage! I think the two Archons might die, but one of them at the back is still powering out a lot of damage.
Oh no, they will not.
No, they're not. Oh my god, GG. MCanning wins game number 2. I'm glad we got to watch this series.
Wow, that one carrier. This is like the one carrier that usually you never find and loses you the game, but now it's like he found it and it's like, I guess I win. Like,
there was probably that moment of like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
When there was a lot of carriers and MCanning moved across the map, I think Bioice should have recognized that he couldn't fight yet because there were so many Archons and High Templars, and I think if he had base traded from there, he would have been able to win. Because I don't think that MCanning would have been able to hide probes, and like he didn't have the economy to start a lot of buildings either. And there were a lot of corruptors that killed buildings very fast with the Zerglings that are +3. So that might have been his best shot, but for now, this is just going to be MCanning advancing on.
A great end to that game, and that means, of course, he does advance to the round of 32. For now, we're going to go to a short break, and when we are back, we have more WCS Challenger NA coming your way.